In this explainer, we're going to look at a direct step-by-step overview of configuring the Biz-Tech ShipHero integration with Acumatica. If you're fulfilling orders out of a warehouse, you're probably running a warehouse management system like ShipHero for picking, packing, and shipping, while using Acumatica for your inventory management and accounting. When these systems operate completely on their own, you have to rely on manual reconciliation, which just isn't efficient. So this integration links the two systems to share data automatically.
Connection and integration direction. The implementation process kicks off right inside the Acumatica workspace by establishing and configuring your system connection.
To get started, you'll navigate to the ShipHero store screen inside Acumatica. Here, you just enter the ShipHero username, the corresponding password, and the base URL. There's also an option to use an API token if you prefer. Once you've got that data entered, you'll use the Test Credentials function. Up in the upper right corner, a green confirmation message reading "The credentials are valid" lets you know that the systems are successfully linked. Following that credential validation, the administrator has to select the integration direction from the configuration field on the header. The connector basically operates in two directions. The first is ShipHero to Acumatica. In this mode, the warehouse is where your orders are fulfilled, and the connector brings those shipped orders, labels, and tracking numbers back into Acumatica. The second mode is Acumatica to ShipHero. Here, orders are created within the Acumatica ERP and sent out to ShipHero to be shipped, and then the system pulls the resulting shipments back. Whatever selection you make here dictates the primary flow of your order data. Warehouse cross-reference mapping. Once that directional flow is established, we need to handle the foundational mapping to align the physical repositories between the two systems. On the Warehouse Cross-Reference tab, the ShipHero Warehouse ID has to be explicitly mapped to the Acumatica Warehouse Identifier. Notice how a specific string representing the ShipHero Warehouse ID maps directly to the Acumatica Warehouse ID, which we've labeled wholesale here. Without this precise mapping, your inventory and shipment data just won't sync to the correct physical locations in the ERP. And it's not just the warehouse locations. The shipping parameters also need to be aligned. The shipping methods used in ShipHero must be mapped to their corresponding Acumatica ship fias. This configuration ensures that when a package actually leaves the warehouse, the correct carrier and service level are recorded automatically in the accounting software. Inventory and SKU synchronization. We'll now transition to the steps required for aligning specific items and their associated stock levels. Within the inventory details screen, items are continuously matched and synchronized using their unique SKU. For instance, an Acumatica inventory ID, like AA Compute 01 for an Acer laptop, links directly to the corresponding ShipHero product ID and SKU. The interface gives you action buttons like Load Acumatica items, Load ShipHero items, and synchronization commands to align the catalogs based on these exact identifiers. This SKU synchronization brings along several specific data points. When an item is tied to a vendor, that vendor information transfers over automatically. If your stock is managed by bin, the system maps sellable and non-sellable locations, tracking quantities right where they sit. As an administrator, you also configure which specific quantity the connector reports to the warehouse, things like on hand, available, or available for shipment. Additionally, the pricing data sent over can be designated as either the standard price or the MSRP. Automated order and shipment flow. With the foundational mappings for warehouses, shipping methods, and inventory now in place, we can look at the functional daily workflow for outbound orders. The outbound order lifecycle operates entirely without manual data entry. First, the orders move between systems based on the integration direction you chose earlier. Then, the physical shipment is executed within ShipHero by the warehouse personnel. After that, the shipment data imports into Acumatica, where it matches up to the correct sales order and automatically attaches the tracking number right to the ERP record. purchase orders and receipts. We're shifting focus here from the outbound process to the inbound side of the integration, which handles your incoming stock from vendors. Using the Export Purchase Orders to ShipHero interface, purchase order documents in Acumatica can actually have an Export to ShipHero checkbox added. Through this processing screen, you can select Open Normal type purchase orders like PO002773 and PO002775 and export them. This essentially pushes the expected receiving records from Acumatica out to the warehouse system in advance of the actual delivery. Just to contrast the two primary workflows here, the outbound flow focuses on order fulfillment and importing final shipment data out to the customer. The inbound flow, on the other hand, manages procurement by exporting purchase orders to the warehouse. As the warehouse receives the physical goods, the connector imports those PO receipts back into Acumatica. This action updates the received quantities on the original purchase order and can even release them based on your settings. That ensures your incoming stock is recorded the moment it lands on the dock. Real-time webhook updates. We'll conclude the technical setup by reviewing the configuration required for real-time synchronization. The last component is activating webhooks, which you can easily enable via a checkbox on the main store screen. Turning on webhooks allows for instantaneous updates in Acumatica whenever actions are taken in the warehouse. These triggers include new shipments, purchase order receipts, internal bin transfers, and returns. So when stock is transferred between locations inside the warehouse, the connector immediately imports those bin transfers and updates the quantities in the ERP. This continuous flow of data eliminates any need for manual data pulls, making sure that your stock counts and accounting records always agree with the physical reality on the warehouse floor. Thanks so much for watching this explainer. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more Acumatica content, and jump right into your system to start configuring today.